TIFU by accidentally convincing my roommate we're getting married, by user imikuti. Alright, so a lil backstory for context. I moved in with my roommate about a year ago cause the rent in this city is ridiculous, and finding a decent roommate was like winning the Hunger Games. We clicked super fast, same sense of humor, same obsession with Thai takeout, and somehow, we never fight about cleaning. A miracle, honestly. Last night, we were chillin' on the couch, watching this cringe rom-com. One of those friends to lovers plots where everyone knows they're gonna end up together except them. I was feeling extra goofy and blurted out, "Yo, we should just get married. Like, why are we wasting time?" He laughed, so I thought it was just a vibe. Like, platonic banter, you know? Fast forward to this morning, I'm half asleep in my hoodie, face deep in coffee, and he walks in with the most serious expression holding a bread twist tie. My guy had turned it into a ring. He goes, "So, were you serious last night?" I nearly choked on my coffee. Like, sir, what? I thought we were joking. My brain just blue screened while he stood there all hopeful. I panicked, laughed it off, and mumbled something about needing a real diamond if we were gonna do this right. Now I'm low-key avoiding him cause IDK if he's embarrassed, mad, or planning our wedding. It's awkward AF. TL, made a dumb joke about marrying my roommate, and now he thinks I was serious. TIFU by letting my daughter wear her dress in the house, by user Guatemala 20. This happened yesterday, but the ramifications are ongoing. My daughter was being very helpful at daycare, so a teacher brought in a dress her kids had outgrown. My daughter was looking forward to wearing the dress and was so excited to wear it for church yesterday. After church, she wanted to continue to wear the dress around the house and I didn't see a problem with that. At this point, I'll add that my wife was out of town for the weekend so it was just dad and the kids. It wasn't until later in the day that I realized the dress was shedding glitter. I had seen some glitter here and there, but I didn't notice how much glitter was being spread. At that point, my daughter had been all over the house and glitter was everywhere. I took the dress off, but the damage had been done. As soon as my wife got home, she noticed glitter and I told her about the dress. She has been a good sport about helping clean up the glitter, but she did let our daughter know that we'll have to buy a different dress. We both have the day off today, so we're spending it cleaning up the whole first floor of the house. TLDR, I let my daughter wear her glittery dress around the house and now we're having to deep clean on our day off. TIFU by doing the Crank That, Soulja Boy, dance, by user Imaband12. Welp. I did not think this dance had an age limit. It was Halloween, 2023. I was a teacher at a middle school. Halloween is my favorite holiday so, when they asked for teachers to volunteer to chaperone, I jumped on the opportunity. The day came. I was dressed as Ken from Barbie, school appropriate of course, fur coat and all. I checked in the kids as they arrived in their various awesome costumes. It was an all-around pleasant night so far. Then, I chaperoned the dance floor. I am a former dancer and athlete. This wouldn't have occurred to me not to be the cool, sometimes cringe, teacher and dance with my students. Crank That, Soulja Boy, came on. The kids didn't know the dance, and my high school self wanted to show them how it's done. So, me, with a couple of chaperones, started to dance. I was nailing each move like I was in my teens again. The kids were having a great time watching me make a fool of myself. Then, I heard a loud crack. My first thought was, oh no, a kid got hurt. Even while dancing, I made sure to keep my sights on the room. My head whipped around for a second until I realized, that sound came from me. It felt as if someone kicked me in the back of my knee. Hard. I was in shock. I suddenly couldn't stand. I'm just Ken, falling to the floor like a sack of potatoes surrounded by my students. I couldn't walk. The pain was intense. I needed assistance getting up. It was all a blur. The ambulance came. I was beyond embarrassed that, in my early 30s, I wiped out to a dance I've been doing for years. After multiple hospital visits, they found the issue. I tore my ACL in half, and I tore my meniscus. I also had bones in my knee from small fractures due to the impact. Because of my injuries, I needed knee reconstruction surgery. Post-surgery, I got a blood clot in my thigh along with cellulitis and had to be hospitalized over Christmas. They needed to put me under again to force my knee to bend since I was stagnant for 2 weeks. After the hospital, I went through 6 months of physical therapy to learn how to walk again, all because instead of cranking that soldier boy, the soldier boy cranked me. TLDR, I tore my ACL in half and needed knee reconstruction surgery because I cranked that soldier boy too hard. TIFU by getting coffee and angering the house cleaning elves, by user Adept Cream 88. This morning started out so promising. I decided to knock out some errands like a responsible adult, grabbed a coffee on my way home, when I started to wonder why the drive was taking longer than usual. There wasn't any traffic, so I glanced at a road sign, and realized I was 10 miles in the wrong direction. No distractions, no music, no calls, just me, zoning out so hard I completely forgot how to get home from a place I go to all the time. After some colorful language and 15 minutes of attempting to do a U-turn, I made it back. Determined not to let that derail my day, I started deep cleaning my house and things were going great until it was time to empty the vacuum. Instead of tossing the dirt into the trash, I somehow managed to dump it all over the freshly vacuumed floor. Great! So I re-cleaned and decided to mop for good measure. And then I knocked the mop bucket over. In the bathroom. Which I had just cleaned 10 minutes earlier. At this point, I'm scared to attempt to do laundry. TLDR, zoned out driving and ended up 10 miles off course. Came home, deep cleaned my house, and then spilled vacuum dirt and mop water all over the freshly cleaned floors. TIFU by building a snowman, by usermaster_maniac. Very minor foo, yesterday, I, 33M, experienced my first real encounter with snow. As a Texas native, born and raised, I've seen snow before but never in significant enough quantity to do anything with, but we ended up with about 6 inches of powdery goodness once the snow stopped falling. So I, in my infinite wisdom, decided to take my 6-year-old outside so we could build our first snowman together. I thought this could be a good bonding experience and she absolutely loved it. So, I gathered up supplies, gummy bears, a carrot, and a hat, and suited us up. I was not prepared. This shit is supposed to be fun. While little one had a blast, about halfway through building it, I was ready to vomit. Sweating under like 3 layers of clothes, exhausted, and even kiddo was worn out by the end. But we got it done. He may be almost as lumpy and misshapen as I am, but we fully built our first snowman together. The real fallout is today though. Everything hurts. I feel like I just started weightlifting. My legs and back are screaming, and little one is all sore too. Why did nobody tell us that snow was so much work? TLDR, Texas man completely unprepared for the effort required to build a snowman, now unsure if he really needs legs.